Hey, what's up, everyone? Andrew from American Musical Supply here at AES 2019. I'm at the Eventide booth. I'm with Christian, who's the product specialist for Eventide, and we're also joined by Hanan Rubinstein, guitarist for Alicia Keys, record producer extraordinaire, and multi-instrumentalist. How are you doing?
I'm good. Your check's in the mail, man.
Great, I love it. Well, we also understand that you love Eventide equipment, and can you tell us a little bit about the Eventide gear that you use in your rig, both on the road and in the studio?
Right, so we actually are longtime users of Eventide. Going back to the H3000s and the 910s and the 949, is it? We have a lot of those old nerdy pieces, but obviously you can't take them out on the road because they're super fragile, and I'm a huge fan of the pedal, the guitar pedals that they have.
Okay.
All the stompboxes. I'm actually really looking forward to checking out that Rose, but I've used. And I've
We got it on video now, so
you're committed. You're locked in, man.
Committed.
Got it on video.
Yeah, man. I've used the Factor pedals for years.
Yeah.
They're super cool. I've been also using the H9, which is, I don't want to say better or worse. It's just it can handle more algorithms. It sounds slightly cleaner. And I was actually just telling Christian earlier that I use them in parallel. So I'll run the Eventide stuff as a split and then sum it back into my dry signal, and it sounds. I mean, I've been lucky to use all the pedals, and the algorithms are just second to none. I mean, they just sound so good. Even like the Leslie emulations and like obviously the delays and all that stuff, but the new distortion stuff and like. It's killing.
Oftentimes overlooked, but it really is pretty killer once you get your hands around it, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah, and the new Armadillo.
The Armadillo, yeah. Man. Have you checked that out?
I haven't. No, I've been hearing cool things.
You got to get into that.
Yeah.
A lot of different sounds in that. Yeah, man, for sure.
So I think I saw something about where you were experiencing some issues on stage, where you were having problems with the reverb tanks in your amp. And you...
Oh yeah, so that was years ago. What I did basically was, we had this drummer, Jermaine, who was incredible, and he hits very, very hard. I mean, every snare hit feels like it's slashing your chest open, but that's what you want. But also when you have reverb tanks that are next to his riser, every time he hits the kick drum, my amp was doing that, that ring. So I basically disconnected them, and I put a space in the effect loop, and it worked amazingly. It was really, really good. It actually sounded, it sounded like, no different to the real spring. And now with the way my rig is run, I actually run everything in the front end.
Right.
So so if I saturate the amp, we just push all the delays and reverbs right into that, and it's cool, man.
Cool. It's so great that the products are so versatile that you could use them for utility like that, but then you can also get a lot of creativity out of them in designing new sounds.
And the other cool thing is like the MIDI capability. Like, every song I have obviously different presets, and one pedal can do, especially with the H9s, you can do everything from, one or two H9s can cover what, two entire racks would be needed for back in the day, so you just keep switching presets. I mean, most of the times you're not using all these things together, you're just using one or two of them, so that's where the thing comes in.
Very cool. So we got anything on the horizon for Eventide that you can talk about, or it's... I'm putting you on the spot.
It definitely on the horizon.
Okay.
Can't divulge just yet, but just stay tuned.
Okay.
It's coming at you.
He doesn't trust us. and our thousands closest friends. Yeah.
Right.
I love AMS, man. These guys are great, but I also don't want. I think my boss. Right.
I'll tell you one more thing too about Eventide. Mm-hmm. I just had a disaster happen with TSA. Yep. They ripped one of my H9s open. They didn't include the screws. Very naughty TSA. They didn't include the screws back in, so I couldn't put the pedal together, and it was basically rendered useless. I called Christian. The next day, I had an H9.
Wow.
So not only do they make a great product, but their tech support is incredible. So as someone who is constantly on the road and dealing with that kind of nonsense, it's amazing to know that a company has you back. And I didn't really know Christian before that. I was dealing with Alan, who's since left the company, but it was just, I called him up. There was no previous relationship. I said, I'm so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. pedal was there. The next day I sent the old one back. It was really, really, really great to deal with. So I can't thank you enough for that.
Gotta take care of this guy, man. I mean, we gotta take care of everyone. That's an unfortunate circumstance, and that's just, you know, it's not, what can you do?
For sure.
But replace the pedal.
Yeah, they butchered my H9, man. It was ugly. It was terrible what they did to that poor pedal.
Naughty TSA.
Yeah, naughty.
Well, where can people find out more about you and?
So we have our studio, Daxit Sound Studios. That's where we do most of our stuff, and then obviously out with Alicia Keys and Rita Ora and a bunch of different artists, and talking to you, man. This is my favorite part of the game, baby.
You're too kind. Well, thank you, Hanan. Thank you, Christian. And if you're interested in any Eventide products at all, you can check out AmericanMusical.com.